What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Team Solemn Circus live video. Down the left side here, we have Runick Generator, a deck that has been picking up a little bit of steam. I think it topped a YCS a bit ago, and then playing against the Vernusylph, Naturia, whatever pile, Earth pile we call it around here. I know some players don't like that name, but if we can come up with a better name, I'm all down for it. But we're going to see the Earth pile choosing to go first here, having a few cards in the hand. It looks like we have a copy of Bamboo Shoot, and then copies of the Vernusylphs, so definitely having to map that out. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, helps the channel a lot. We're on the road to 10K, hopefully hitting that before the end of the year. We are going to do the 5K giveaway this week, coming up on the Friday. I think this is the same day this video is going live, so stay tuned for that. Lots of big content. Let me know also down in the comment section down below what else you guys want to be seeing for content-wise. You know, we're trying to do some big plans this year. But we are going to be seeing them activate the effect of the Duckling, sending the Medora. That's going to be able to add one of the Vernusylphs and then summon out that copy of Medora here. Medora is also a good shuffler. Like to play against a bunch of these cards, like, you know, going to be able to kind of affect other ones of these. Like, if they're having any of the Runick cards, being able to shuffle back those Runick cards is quite good. Even against copies of Vala, it's quite nice. And then we might be trying to reserve our normal summon for the bamboo shoot, or whatever it's called. But we're going to activate the Vernusylph, sending the copy of the Sleepy Bear and a copy of the Flourishing Hills to go for, I'm not too sure. I don't know this deck very well. I know a few lines, of course, just watching it at locals and then doing some voiceovers as well. I'm getting a little bit of a crash course, sending the Mole Cricket, which can be reborn later. And then we're going to be summoning out the Flourishing Hill. We can then activate the effect of the Rabbit to summon out the copy of Mole Cricket here. Also dumping that Bamboo Shoot there. Mole Cricket can activate its effects to summon out two monsters. We're summoning out the Camilla we're summoning out the Camilla because we don't control an extra deck monster on the other opponent's side of the field. Therefore, we won't be able to activate or summon out two of them. Camilla's going to dump the Naturia Sacred Tree, and then Sacred Tree will be able to search us for a copy of Blessing, perhaps. What's also really nice is that Medora can shuffle back in the deck the Sacred Tree, letting us dump it once again. We're going to then tribute summon for a copy of Bamboo Shoot. Now, all spells and traps are going to kind of be locked away here. Very good against Runick. We're going to see them go for a Gallic Granite. Gallic Granite can activate its effects, detaching the Medora, searching for a Nibiru here. So if things do get out of hand, we do have a backup plan. Then we can set an additional card here, most likely going to be the copy of Blessing, and just passing turn on that. We do see two screen cards in the hand, as well as a bunch of the monster cards. So we're going to see the Blessing going to activate the effect, summoning out the copy of Naturia Camilla here. And then Camilla can activate her effects. We are going to be seeing them take a second to read the Camilla. And then, of course, the Mole Cricket. Mole Cricket is actually an insane card. And then we could summon out like some of those Naturia monsters, which is just absolutely disgusting, like Sunflower, as well as other stuff here. We're going to see them normal summon out the copy of Alopter, Lopez, or whatever its name is. Lotrez, I don't even know. The level 4 generator, every time this guy is normal summoned or special summoned out, people are like, you're not saying his name right. Someone tell me how to say this guy's name. You guys know who I'm talking about. And then we're going to see the Camilla summon out the copy of Mole Cricket here. Mole Cricket can then tag out whenever we need to, which is quite nice. They're going to go battle phase and attack into the Mole Cricket, which is going to use up that battle phase, as well as let us keep the copy of the Bamboo Shoot on the field. Then we're going to activate the effect of the Lopez. To summon out the Mardell. Mardell will get us a search for a copy of the Vala here. Boss stage not going to be most likely coming up with that copy of Bamboo Shoot on the field here, as well as Vala going to be able to also give us essentially another level 9 extender or the Lopez, which is pretty nice. A Lopter, whatever. We're going to see the Vala activate, discarding a card. Unfortunately, with the glare, we cannot see what it is. It looks like a Har, though. I do want to apologize for that. We're still trying to figure out, Locals just not always has the best lighting for us, depending on also where the sun is, which is kind of unfortunate for us. But we didn't get to see that until after the video, and you guys wanted to see Runick Generator, so here we are. Then we're going to see them shuffle back with the Medora there, making sure that we don't get the Har or that copy of Lopter summon out. Making sure they are only on a few of those level 9s. DD Sprite's going to activate, getting rid of that Vala to summon itself out, and then during the second standby phase, it's going to come back out here. This is a tuner for us to go into a Baron de Fleur as well, and then we can obviously get rid of the copy of the Bamboo Shoot if we wanted to. Mohair is going to activate its effect. It's going to get negated here, and then we're going to be seeing the Baron popping that Bamboo Shoot, freeing the spells from not being there. We are on summon number 4 here. No, this is summon number 5. We're going to see Slumber going to be summoning out a Sleipnir here. Going to be a nice... A lot of times you'll see the Sleipnir plus the DD Sprite going to be able to summon itself out. But we are in Nib territory. The question is it worth nibbing? There, take a second to think here. I mean, you are in a good spot, but the question is what's next? If a card is added to their hand, they will be able to summon out a token with the Sleipnir. They can also banish, which is also very important as well. Kind of like an SP-like effect. We are going to activate Monstrosity, which is going to be affecting that Sleipnir, and we are going to let that resolve here, summoning out a copy of Har, probably, and perhaps the ice one. Or going for Vala, okay. Vala as well as the Har. Now we have our monster negate, and then we can just... Why are we destroying them is the question. Though they're in the end phase, they get destroyed. Okay. Interestingly enough, we wanted to get the Vala in the grave. We're going to be seeing standby phase Baron bounce back the Vala, or bounce back itself to summon out the Vala here. That makes a little bit of sense. And then Vala will be summoning out the Har. And then we do get to summon out that Mole Cricket. Going to be quite nice. We do now have 2 cards in the hand. We can activate the Gallic Granite to search. The question is what exactly are we going to be searching? We could also go for a Typhon, which is really important as well. The Typhon does kind of cook up this deck by being able to go battle phase, and you can just play with your Naturia cards during your opponent's turn, which is really nice. We're going to see the Mole Cricket activates effects, summoning out 2 here. But what do we choose to summon? Going for the Sunflower as well as perhaps a Camilla. Yep, going for the Camilla. Camilla can then activate her effect, dumping the Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree can then add us a copy of Blessing. And do we see a Typhon slap down on this now? Like, I'm not too sure how this deck can beat over stuff is my issue. Like, Sleipnir can also get rid of the Typhon as well, which is important. But we're going to be seeing them mill 2 cards, which is going to be a Pankratops, and then they're going to attempt to negate. Or we're going to negate with the Sunflower, and then we're going to see Camilla is going to be milling 2 instead. I definitely feel like a Typhon's probably the right choice here. We're going to Synchro away into a Barkion. Yeah, I'm not too sure why we're doing that. We're going to activate the effect of the Gallic Granite. It's going to let us search for a rock. Searching for an Earth Barrier. Will we see a normal summon of the Earth Barrier? Synchroing up into a copy of Baron de Fleur. This is a good option. I never thought about that. Camilla being... Is Camilla the tuner? I think Camilla's the tuner. That would make sense. We're going to see Baron popping the copy of the Vala here. And then we can normal summon out the statue. Turn the Gallic Granite into attack position. And leaving them now down the 2 cards. And we have Nib in the hand, as well as a Baron negate. And our opponent can only summon rocks, or earths, I should say. We're going to see the Sleipnir activates effects. And we are going to attempt to banish the copy of the Earth, which is going to be resolving here, which is interesting to me. And then we're going to go for a Zeus, setting a card and passing, and standby fate, or during end phase, we're going to see it come back. Then the DD Sprite is going to attempt to return the effect of the Vala here, the Vala, but it won't be able to. We're going to see a Blessing and then chain a copy of the tip to this. We are on 1 card. They are going to let that go through. They're like, well, we can just stop whatever they search. When they search for a Flashing Fire, we hit the Stink Bug from the banish, which is very unfortunate for us. That card is really good in this matchup. And then we see the Camilla being summoned back out. The Vala being placed on the field. I'm actually not sure if it can be. I know it is returned, but if it cannot be returned, they're going to take a second to read the sprite. I do believe it does make sense because it is just placing it back on the field. It's not like special summoning it out. But we do have a few options. They are locked here. They can't go into a copy of any of their monsters. And we're going to see them activate a Flashing Fire to try to destroy the Baron. They do chain Baron to this, and they have a Freezing Curses for the barrier statue. I wonder if it's possible that we actually just let Baron be destroyed. Baron's going to be then... Zeus is going to be triggering and then equipping a card to the Zeus. I guess... But they don't have a battle phase, so you're not really worried about anything. But, keeping that... Yeah, you get Barrier. Barrier is now gone. They can go for the copy of Leviathan. On Leviathan, you go Camilla as well as the copy of Mole Cricket. Summon out the Mole Cricket and then the Sunflower. And then they just chain Leviathan to that, I guess. But then they just summon out the big snake, and that does nothing. It attaches the Zeus, I guess, and then because then Baron just pops it. So I guess you have to get rid of the Baron and the Zeus. Yeah, I can't see us having any chance to winning this here from the Generator point of view, but We're going to see them go for the Leviathan. Then on the Leviathan, they are going to go Camilla and Mole Cricket. They're going to chain that there. And they do ask what the Leviathan does. And then he says it attributes itself to then equip 2 cards, or as many as material that it had on the field. It had 2 on the field here, so it will get that attached too. We do summon up that Sunflower and the Mole Cricket. That definitely is the play here, getting that monster gate on the field. And that, yeah, that Leviathan should be in the graveyard there. And then we're going to summon out the big copy of the Snake, and then the Snake will be able to attach those 2. And then we summon out the copy of the Mole Cricket and the Sunflower there. Yeah, definitely important that we resolve the change correctly. We're going to be locked back into the Earths, once the turn does end here. So I'm going to draw for turn, but at this point the game is kind of over. They just need to have one more thing that can just summon out anything from the graveyard. But it looks like we have a Vernusylph, so we can activate the Vernusylph, sending itself and the Mole Cricket to summon out a copy of the Pankratops. Pankratops will be able to destroy that, and then we're going to have game on board. So we're going to be seeing the Earth Pal end up taking game 1 in kind of an unorthodox way. Didn't think I'd really see that. Normal summon of Bamboo Shoot, going for that stun, and then after that, the Barrier Statue to finish it off. Pretty crazy there. I think the Runick Generator is a little bit of a hard deck to pilot, to be honest. I know that Alex played it for a bit, and he said that it was a little bit of a difficult deck to pilot. It is a lot like, play your cards. A lot of the Runick cards are like that, Sometimes you end up having an amazing hand, and your cards are able to draw multiple, and you get all that resource management running. Other times you're just not having a good time, and you're just relying on your generator cards to get that additional draws. But we are going to be moving on to game 2. It looks like they just sided out a copy of Boss Stage. That can't be right. That's something else that's always like a big question, is like, do you want to have multiple boss stages, or do you want to have, that Runick Fountain on the field? They are playing the level 9 Draw, the trade-in kind of type card. But diving on into the game 2, we will be seeing the Runick Generator deck choosing to go first here. That nice swift draw 5 was really cool there. We're going to see them start off with a Destruction, summoning a copy of the Hugin. Hugin can then discard and search. Discarding, and we can't unfortunately see it because of that glare. Very frustrating, but we're going to be putting the Fountain onto the field, so having another copy of Runick cards in the hand. We do have the Slumber. Slumber is going to protect, and then it was not a Runick card. So we got the draw 2 here. Not looking like any good draws. We do have the copy of Boss Stage now that we can place over the Fountain, but that's not going to do very much for us. And then we do set 2 and pass. Kind of unfortunate there. In the draw phase, we will get the effect of the Boss Stage to summon out the copy of Har, and then because we summon, we get to summon out 4 of the Runick tokens here. Har will be a form of a monster, or Omni Negate. And yeah, they are all in attack position. We also see a copy of the Evenly Matched from our opponent's side, which is really nice. I'm going to see them summon out a copy of Pankratops. So we saw the deck profile a while ago with this deck, and what's really cool is Pankratops is actually 2 types of removal. It's a beat stick, as well as it can remove a card, and being also an Earth is very nice. And then we see an alpha of Mystical Beast being slapped down. This is kind of like Pankratops, but just being a bounce and a body. I guess Pankratops is also a body and a bounce, but We're going to see that get hit with the copy of Destruction, or I guess Flashing Fire to destroy it. And then we are going to get rid of the Blessing from the deck. So they are down 2 cards now, which is pretty nice. We have traded a 1/1. They're going to go Battle Phase, and then they have the Evenly Matched. And we do Har negate. Interesting that we are sending the Har, though, and not other cards. Then we are going to be activating the effect of the Vernusylph, which I feel like is going to be a hard punish because we did get rid of the copy of the Har. And we could have gotten rid of those 2 generator tokens. And then when they add a card to their hand, we could have ripped it. I mean, it is their choice, so they'll either send itself or another one. We'll get someone back out the Pankratops, and then we activate the effect of the Vernusylph once again. Like, so either we're getting rid of a Mole Cricket, or they were going to get rid of that Vernusylph card, and they get to add back the copy of the Alpha the Mythical Beast. But like, they wouldn't have gotten that copy of the Mole Cricket there, which is very unfortunate for us. Should have kept that Har on the field. We're going to see the Mole Cricket activate its effects to summon out 1 monster here, going to be the Camilla. Camilla can then dump the Trap. Which can let us search for a Blessing. So we're going to see the tree dump, and then we get to search. We do have a Blessing banished already, so there might be a world where we just only play 1. We're going to search for the Vine. I don't even know what this guy is. This guy's funny looking, though. And then we are going to normal summon him out. And it looks like we could Pank, bounce, or destroy the back row. Or just going to go end phase here, getting rid of those tokens. And then we get to activate the effect of whatever. Or not getting rid of the tokens. We get to activate the effect during the main phase. Tribute 3 fairy monsters, position myself out. Then when it leaves the field, then apply the following effects. You can destroy 1 card, draw 2 cards as well. So we're going to be destroying the copy of the Vine, and then we get to also draw 2. Then we're going to see the Vala activate its effects, sending the Mardell summon itself out. And then Camilla's going to activate its effects. We hit it with a Ghost Bell. That is a crazy Ghost Bell here. And we do summon out with the Vala a copy of Har. Activating the Monstrosity. And that's going to let us summon out 2 level 9s. We are going to be activating the effect on the target of the Monstrosity here. And they are going to Har negate. Or no, they're just going to... Okay, so they targeted Har, then we're going to activate the effect of Pankratops targeting Har. Therefore, the effect does fizzle. We can go into the copy of Leviathan here, and then Leviathan can activate its effects. Tributing off, letting us summon out the copy of the Jormungol here, and then, or whatever its name is, the Boss of Eternity, and then we get to attach, and then we get to activate the effect. We both draw and then attach, and then it summons out a bunch of tokens. Well, we're going to summon out a copy of a Generator here. And then we pass turn on for the draw phase. We then get to summon out a copy of Har. And then we get to summon out the tokens, which are in attack position. But that's fine. And we do have the Ice one on the field here. And we do have a scoop phase or like nib. They're like, yeah, I didn't summon 5 times. And that's going to be game number 2 with Runick Generator. End up taking the win here. Moving on into game 3. We will be seeing the Earth deck going to be able to choose who's going to go first or second. Do they make their opponent think that they're going to go second here? Or I guess, do they make their opponent think that they're going to go second? And then making them actually end up going first with those cards like the Alpha Mythical Beast as well as the Pankratops? Or do they just go first and maybe get to set up their own copy of Pankratops, Fenrir, and, letting those Runick cards have to kind of struggle to break a board? I mean, if we can stick a bamboo shoot on the field and a sunflower, the game will be pretty much ours. Especially if you can go like Fenrir, summon it out. But diving on into game 3 here, we are going to be seeing the copy of Sleepy sending the Barrier Statue. It's going to hit with Ash Blossom, and then we get to activate another Vernusylph, sending the Stink Bug, or that's Antjaw, my bad. We're going to be able to summon out the Antjaw, then adding back the Earth Barrier. We're going to set a card and then normal summon, and whenever we summon out a monster here, Antjaw can then special summon out a Naturia from the deck. But we are going to be normal summon out Diviner, activating the effect, sending from the deck here the copy of the Trias. Then we're going to activate the copy of Freezing Curses. You're going to go battle phase, attack, and then into the Antjaw. We're going to flip up the Naturia Sacred Tree, and that's going to let the Antjaw die here. Then Sacred Tree will be able to activate the effects, bringing out the Camilla. Camilla can then activate her effects here, sending a copy of the Mole Cricket to the graveyard. And we all know how that goes. But we do see time getting called here. And that's going to be a tie here. Not being able to beat over any of the stuff, dealing some damage. We did see an Assault Synchron, a Freezing Curses, and a Bell, as well as Mardell. I did think that I think that Runick definitely had that one in the bag there. If we would have had more time, that's the kind of the unfortunate parts of playing those Runick cards. There is, the factor of time. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe when you see more content like this. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.